Okay, next match, everybody. Third quarterfinal. Bl3kitny against Team Nick. That's what we're gonna go for now. And yeah, this is gonna be a real fun one too, because Nick, honestly, with his team, impressed in the group stage. It was really, really impressive what they were able to pull off here. And then again, we had also Bl3kitny with some solid matches played in their group. I feel like these two teams could be pretty much on eye level. And initially, when I looked at Nick's lineup, I was just like, is that really going to do anything for him? And surprise, surprise, they started to really take names there. It was kind of cool to see how much coordination they had as a team that was newly formed with a lot of players that haven't had a lot of experience on the highest level. So that was pretty epic. Either way, now that we're in the main event, of course, as I said previously, we have 23 heroes pre-banned. 23 heroes are banned. They're all listed down here, so you can check them out. And of course, every player, every hero that gets picked in one of the games is not going to be allowed to be played again. Carrigan gets banned against Nick. What else is new? We have a ban against Sylvanas also. And it seems like right now it's mostly Tychus bans, honestly. Hogger has, I don't want to say replaced by Tychus in the ban pattern. It's not quite that extreme. But Tychus has seen a lot of bans, and so has Cho'Gall. Nobody wants to go up against this anymore, because there's just so many options where you normally like draft a couple of heroes against Cho'Gall to just simply deal with him, and a lot of them are gone. We have heroes like Leo, for example, banned out. Others that have good percentage damage have also been eliminated. So there's a ton of stuff that has just been removed, and that shifts the balance of the game pretty significantly. Now, Tychus has seen some play today, but I wouldn't be surprised if in some of the upcoming matches we're going to see him banned out again. If I'm not mistaken, in the first quarterfinal he wasn't played at all for that very reason. I mean, again, it's a lot of heroes banned now, so that shifts the meta a lot. Doesn't change the fact that when you go up against Nick, you still ban Carrigan, so that hasn't changed. They got Kayn and Anubarak are now both taken. And Anubarak, that's actually a hero that Benny played now in the group stage already a fair bit, so at least from his hero pool, not too many of the heroes that he played there have been targeted. But I wanna see if Nick can perform as well as he did in the group stage now that he goes up against Bl3kitny's team. Because, well, Chris, of course, is back on Jimmy. Popping Reyna here. And Muradin is more or less advanced to the top hero in the game. And again, with a little caveat that 23 heroes are banned out as we're heading into game number 1, alright? So we always have to throw that out there. If that's not the case, then no, Muradin doesn't see as much play as he does now. Now, he still sees a lot. He also sees a lot of play in CCL and other leagues, but it's not like he would see as much here, because he is prioritized every time in game 1. Very early picks for him, and you see that in every single series that we had in the quarterfinals now. But again, Maiev this time getting banned. We still got Tai on the other side, and we also got Henning here. Now, of course, one more ban, and yep, Kira gets banned too. Another hero where Nick just crushes. That ban pattern has been reflected not only here in the quarterfinals, we've seen that also in the group stage. After he played Kira 1 or 2 times in the group stage, all of a sudden all the teams were like, you know what? We're going to just ban her out, we're going to ban Carrigan too, and well, whatever else you can throw at us, we're going to be fine with that. We can't ban everything that you play, but those two are just a bit too nasty. Talking about nasty, you deal with Zul first of all on the wave clear, and then you also have the Sergeant Hammer in. The Germans, they get the Panzers again. So, yeah, Sergeant Hammer gets taken, and on Infernal Shrines, if you get a good position outside of the shrine, you can just simply wham away. Good stuff. There's going to be a lot of that happening too, especially after level 7, of course, kicks in when you have the mobility. Nearly Malfurion has a bit of a root. Gul'dan, okay. So Tai actually going for Gul'dan here. That one's also kind of neat. Yep, and what do we have for Nick last but not least? They still need someone else to dish out the damage. That's not enough what they have. They got some wave clear with Zul. They got Sergeant Hammer. Someone else that can also get some AoE in would be nice for them too, of course. But game number 1. And a pretty fun series here. And what is? Jaina! Yeah, we talked about Jaina just the other day. We had her in the series already, but now girl's back. So Jaina, ladies and gentlemen, Infernal Shrines, let's make it happen. We got our first game in the best of 3 series, the quarterfinals between Bl3kitny and Team Nick. Let's jump straight in and see which team takes the lead here today. Okay, let's go. Game number 1. Bl3kitny and Team Nick. The two teams up against each other. We got Henning on the left side on Malfurion. We have Chris on Reyna. Bl3kitny himself on his Smurf account playing Sonya. Well, not really a Smurf. I mean, pretty much everybody that follows anything competitive knows that this is his account. Ty is playing Gul'dan, and the Will-Q is playing Muradin in game number 1. And Chris going into Exterminator here. Again, we've seen a lot of Ace in the hole on this map, but of course you can still, on a map like Infernal Shrines, commit to Exterminator. On the right side of the map, Nick on Jaina, we got Digipack on Bl3kitny, we got Johan on Zul, Marlow on Sergeant Hammer, and Bad Benny with Beetle Commitment on level 1 is playing this straight up with Anubarak. Alright, Anub is in, and let's see what they can do with him. Of course, we want to make the engage plays here. What do they have as a follow-up on the dive? Honestly, it's mainly Jaina that you're looking for. And yeah, we'll pretty much see what they can do with that. Level 1 on both sides. Muradin trying to get this done. He didn't jump far enough. He actually hit a minion. Was trying to go for Sergeant Hammer, but you could see that Hammer was ready for it. They've been expecting that. And another tell was that Anubarak was sitting at the bottom just protecting the Sergeant as much as possible. Now, right now, we have on level 1 the Legion of Beetles. And, well, Team Nick surprised with the synergy that they had in the group stage. So here comes at least the hit. Will-Q is just trying to apply as much pressure as he can. He always has the assist from Malfurion behind it. We'll see what he can do with this. But, yep, there we go. On the left side, okay, careful, Chris needs to be cautious, not that Anubarak engages against him. Instead, we have them with an attempted play against Muradin, and the Dwarf gets attacked quite heavily. It's not only Bl3kitny and Zur that attempt to lock him down, but also Anubarak chipping in a bit of CC. Now, so far, it's just poke between the teams. Everybody wants to go for their own camp. They are eyeing the camp at the bottom of the map, trying to get an advantage, but it's just poking, and the tanks are setting up flank protection, making sure that nobody can come in from the side. Level 1 was actually Dwarf block, so a bit of a different approach now from Will-Q, who has very often still specced into the healing static build with the double clap on level 4, and I'm curious to see if he does it again. And indeed he does. Okay, so we're seeing the same thing, and we're also seeing an attack at the top as Bl3kitny spins to win away. Easy escape. But now we got the siege tactics for Sergeant Hammer. 2 camps have been taken by Team Bl3kitny. Another 10 seconds before the shrine gets announced, and then we have a bit of an idea of if all of the teams are committing, because sometimes we'll see a Hammer composition not making a full commitment to shrine number 1. We could also see them try to go for structures somewhere else on the map, and then just try defend as effectively as possible against the I was about to say Protector against the Punisher. So shielding potion for Bl3kitny, and that's pretty much what I was just talking about. Marlow is still sitting at the bottom of the map. Siege tactics already being used over here, alright, fair enough. Top left, top right, the 2 Shaman camps of course are now taken. And with that, here comes the approach towards the first objective. And the blue team should have a bit of a lead on it. Unless of course there's a kill. That's always the caveat, right? If you get a kill, then it's a totally different ball game. And this is an interesting one, because a lot of the heroes that you would usually see in this game are not here. As far as Heroes of the Storm meta goes, this is a bit out there. I mean, this is what Meta Madness is all about. If you're looking for a Heroes of the Storm tournament that forces the teams to play different styles, look no further. A lot of those heroes will still make their way into a game at some point or another, but especially for this map, there is a bit of a lack of CC. Where's that Leoric, you know, that Blaze that you normally see here? Instead, we have Zul trying to rotate and get some damage in, Sonya sitting tight too. It's a fairly decent Heroes of the Storm meta composition that we have from Team Bl3kitny, but it's also only game number 1, so there's that. And they take it. Was kind of expected. The level 7 was still missing for Sergeant Hammer, so with that being the case, you don't have the mobility, so you oftentimes let the first one go, or try to go for an early kill. But now that we got the hover siege mode, they have a bit of an easier time not only defending, but also just dishing out the damage with Marlow. A couple of extra stacks coming through from Tai, who used a nice flank position against Sergeant Hammer, and is stacking his Echoed Corruption on level 1. And Muradin on level 7 with a bit more Jumpman. Heavy impact right here. I can't really help myself. For me personally, Muradin is just like the Gimli of Heroes of the Storm. And every single time I see him with those stupid jump talents, especially when he goes into a double jump with rewind, I have to think about that one Lord of the Rings movie where Legolas had to throw him onto that bridge. And that's the picture, the image that I see in my head whenever Muradin goes for a big jump. When he goes for a long jump, that's what I see. Someone else that throws him, you know? Because you can't fool me. That fucker doesn't jump that far. I was like, how? Have you seen his legs? That's not how this works. So, yeah. Muradin is going full bunny hop in this one. Level 1, level 4, very likely the 16 as well. Hey, look at him, right there. Jump, lockdown, and this time they get the kill. That's how you set a combo up. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that was so beautiful. They take another look at it. That's just the ABC right there. I mean, that's textbook. That's textbook. Look at it. Jump, Stormbolt, root from Alfurion, and then the damage. So, yep. There we go. Up at the top, there's already Bl3kitny sitting against Zul still. That's the thing. And down at the bottom of the map, they're still trying to get some experience since the blue team has already claimed the level 10. So that's good for them. So, yep. And can they do anything with it? Maybe commit with a Hyperion in the middle? I mean, you want to save the ability for the Shrine. But if you can, for example, set a good Horrify up, then there's that. Gul'dan, careful. They have their 10. But the advantage is nearly gone. If you can take that fountain down, though, that would be great. And there it is. Nice. Well done. Well done. Alright, good job. So, with that, we have the fountain eliminated. And that fountain is important because that's the mid lane fountain. That's the same fountain on the lane where the Immortal is not going to spawn. Yeah, trying to control with a little snowman over here. Sonya and getting the kill in. Okay, yeah, Frosty has not been successful. But what else did we get? We got the BFG. Okay, so big fucking gun is in. And it's time to go. Muradin. Honestly, whatever they gave that dwarf, like, he is high on it. Like, he's just hopping around. It's not what you're supposed to do. Like, they needed to give Muradin some kind of, like, talent, you know, where he just, like puts the head down a little bit and just runs for it, you know? Just runs for it and just, like, shoulders people out of the way. That would be a dwarf play right there. Not this hoppity-hop shit. I was like, I don't know. What are you, Bambi? That's what we have Laura for. She's hopping every day. But either way. So Muradin, he went straight in for the Avatar, as usual. In this case, also since we have Sonya played by Team Bl3kitny, we don't have Leap. And again, I'm not just memeing. Team Nick played Leap multiple times when they picked Sonya. And here we go. It's going to be an important one. And let's make the plays. Let's go. Early advance. Look at this. 17 stacks to 3. And Hyperion commitment. I pretty much see get the hell out of my objective. They can't do anything. Look at Nick. The Jaina flank. Oh, and they could get the kill. Yes. BFG, baby. Barreling down through the objective. And Chris is dead. They get the kill against Bl3kitny. Do not tell me they really just turned this. They were so far behind, but they did. The Jaina flank, it actually worked. And Uberak engaged too, don't get me wrong. And Nick comes in with another kill. And they go for Henning. And they get him too. Holy shit. What a fight. Check this one out. This was the initial kill. Look at Sergeant Hammer. Look at Sergeant Hammer. Here he comes. Bam. Straight to the face. Jimmy down. 4 kills to 1. They turned it. They turned it. They got the Mortar Punisher. And they are looking good. What an engage here. And talking engage, they go for Muradin as well. Will-Q makes it out, but, well, the Fort can't run. The Fort can't hop either. And Will-Q might have done all the hopping that he's going to do here. Yeah, maybe not. Then again, Bl3kitny, you're a little bit deep, my friend. You are very, very deep. Nearly another kill through the BFG. Marlow is just going full-on sniper mode whenever he unleashes that thing. Will-Q trying to bait for the cooldown. Yeah, jumping out. Oh, he's dead. No, maybe. Ah, there we go. All right, they get him. Now he has the healing static. Just half a second after he dies. That was a talent that would have been quite useful for him if he got it just a few seconds earlier, so that he could use it to sustain himself a little bit more. But holy hell. So now we got up at the top. Sonya against Zul. Spear is missing, and that's the end of that engage. But as you can tell, we already have the next chance to go for more of the camps here. And Muradin is kind of down. He was already playing around with the trade quite nicely, but can you imagine if the healing static just kicked in time? He might have actually survived that. So, yeah. It looked for a few seconds if he would make it out. Full-on carapace setup outside of the level 1 talent for Nubrok, by the way. So the cockroach is looking for friends here. And now, lead in experience is accumulating in an early level 15 talent for them now too. And off we go. Deepak is... He's actually following up real nicely. Like, that support has now multiple times locked them down perfectly after an initial stun. So, yeah, that was pretty awesome. But 20,000 damage on Jaina. Blondie is doing well. And 12,000 for Gul'dan. Yep. He's gonna be green with envy when he looks at those damage numbers of Jaina on the other side. Then again, you wouldn't be able to tell. Nobody's laughing, please. Maybe a little bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks. I'm funny. I made it funny. Okay, 16 is in, and this is really where the shit hits the fan. Team Nick on 16. Now, first of all, you got Siege, you got the Giant Killer. You got also, well, not the exposure, but more so Epicenter. So now they can go for the real big engages. And they have Sergeant Hammer just absolutely crushing. They got the Weaken in. This is where it gets really, really dangerous for Team Bl3kitny. Muradin in particular is likely going to get crushed by Sergeant Hammer. So they have to somehow start to control Hammer. And I honestly don't really know how right now. Because that's a setup that is so dangerous whenever Muradin gets a little bit too close and the Sergeant starts to auto-attack, you're going to suffer heavily. And then you don't have a lot of time to make your play. So they're going to try and poke him down as much as they can. And at the same time, I don't know, I'm still waiting for some kind of trick to get control of Marlow. And of course, you look over and you're like, Horrify! But they haven't really gotten any insane Horrifies that would have allowed them to take the Hammer down. And you always have siege tactics too that you can try and play around with. So I really think that 60 talent is a mad problem now for Team Bl3kitny. They get their own level 16 for the fight, so that's fine. But can they really bring it here? They got the Ruinous Affliction. The problem is that Gul'dan is just halfway done with his quest on level 1. So the Echoed Corruption is nowhere near. There we go. Also, the Dwarf launch. Yeah. As I said. Going full on Gimli over here. Okay. And let me see the damage. Oh, there we go. Here comes again the kill against Chris. He's not getting any damage, is he? 6,000 damage. And, well, that's a kill against Muradin. Both of them are already dead. Bl3kitny is trying to go for the solo spin to win on the Shrine. Well, more news at 11. Can't imagine how that's going to go. So, they got crushed. Yeah? Again. I talked about it a second ago, and that fight went pretty much exactly as expected. I was wondering what's going to be the play, what's going to be the move that you're making in order to control this. You have to somehow control Marlow. At the same time, Nick is trying to rip you a new one. With success, I might add. So now we're looking at this, and it's just like, how are you going to do it in the next fight? I mean, you need something here, and I just don't see it. Unless they are catching someone off guard, I think it's going to be tough. Now they're looking at the last fort in the middle. Sergeant Hammer is going to take that one down easily together with Arcane Punisher. And they're looking for a keep here, of course. They've taken a 1.5 level lead. And they're trying to extend that now to level 20. So, yeah, it's just nuts. I mean, look at the damage now. Malfurion has 2 stacks on his level 4. 2. 1+1, everybody. And look at the damage numbers here. Nowhere even close. Chris died in the last 2 fights that they had to the BFG of Sergeant Hammer. They just obliterated. And now, here comes another attempt. Muradin is in, BFG is out, and Muradin gets crushed, and so does Sonya. Sonya tries to get away here. She barely escapes, but look at Wilq. He's like, his hit point pool just melts away. Absolutely melts. It's crazy. Yeah. And Anubrak is easily able to dive out. Marlow? Maybe. Yeah, that's a kill. Alright. That's one way to do it. Nicely done. Okay, that worked for now. That gives them a bit more control over the map. Now they have to just exploit it. Good idea to try and get a second one, but not working. They have to abandon this. This is really the moment where, as the red team, you just have to tell yourself, alright, let's just fall back, give them whatever they want, and let's not overextend. They're gonna control the map for a couple of seconds. Let's poke, but don't commit to anything. We can still take this one. Because if you look at the minimap, there's a lot of stuff that Bl3kitny's team has to do now. They have to deal with this. It's 15 minutes in, so one tower's down. Tai has to eliminate that. In the middle, Johan on his Zul was now defending, so the best that they can do is take camps. And there's the engage at the bottom. Team Zul is coming in. Yep, there is again another setup. Does he have a stun against Henning? And the answer is no. Didn't have the stun, they go for Mirrodin again, and now it's a 4 versus 5, and now they're getting crushed. And again, why? Why? Explain to me why. Why do you do that? The staggered death now, just as Sergeant Hammer comes back, Jaina is down. Why? For the fucking camp over here? What is that gonna do? Now you lose the fort and you're gonna lose more. That was totally unnecessary what they just did, and it cost them a lot of the experience lead that they had. They got level 20. I mean, I get that they were hoping that they could get the kill with the Nubarak and they got Kayn alone, but that's not quite it. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to do nothing. And, well, they didn't. So, now we have 7 kills to 3. Still an advantage for them. They're still in a good spot, but it could be much better. And now you're looking at an opportunity of 20 versus 20. Now, would the blue team not have gotten the level 20 if not for the kill? They still would have gotten it. But again, you could have contested a little bit earlier, you could have made a couple of plays. Still a bit annoying. It's not the end of the game, it's not something that now brings Bl3kitny's team completely back. As I said, they would have gotten the 20 either way. There's still enough experience on the map that they can get already. But those are mistakes that you can't make from here on out if you want to have a chance. So, as it stands, 20 is in on both sides. And now this is on eye level. But the problem is still the same. How do you engage into this? Now you have a rewind for Mirrodin that can definitely help you. The level 1 quest isn't... Oh, sorry, the baseline quest isn't done yet. But it's all about Sergeant Hammer's positioning, about Nick's positioning, and about what Gul'dan can do with the Horrifier. So, yeah, Marlow is slowly edging his way forward with Sergeant Hammer, trying to get into a good position. And they have more options now. But we have the Ultra Capacitators. There's another setup. This time they cocooned the Dwarf just as the BFG came out. Chris gets attacked, and he just gets no peel here. Insta-kill against him again. And Bl3kitny is about to die to Zul. Bl3kitny is about to die on the shrine. Down here, Sergeant Hammer is down. Nice Horrify this time, but Zul just soloed Sonya, and it's still a 2 versus 1 trade. And look at him. He is just slicing. Going through it with a scythe, and Will-Q is about to commit Sudoku over here. Yeah, he's in a world of pain if he isn't careful. But they are prepping the bot lane already, and Team Nick is still absolutely surprising here. I like it. They're playing a great style, and currently they're looking... Oh my god, that Dwarf! No, he's dead. Nah, he's dead. Look at him! Look at him go! Oh my god, like what the hell? The attack speed, baby. Please, someone give that man a stim drone on top of that. He is just crushing this. Yeah, that's game 1. That's game 1. Gul'dan and Mirrodin never completed their quests. Both of them never completed their quest this game. 11 kills against 4. Zul is down, but that core is gone. The keep in the middle is also obliterated. And that is game. Team Nick with the lead in the best of 3 here in the quarterfinal. Meta Madness heading into the next map of this quarterfinal. GG. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, let's go! Team Nick with a great performance on our first map, really well done by them. And I can, again, like, they impress me. They really do. So, now that we're heading into Towers of Doom, the question is, can they repeat that? And, well, they kind of crushed in the last game, let's be honest about it. At the beginning it was a bit of a different story, once that they were able to set Hammer up in a good position, and had, of course, Nick behind it, just dishing out the damage. it was absolutely incredible. So, yeah, question is, can they repeat that? No, honestly, for me, it's just amazing to see what kind of synergy they're bringing to the table here. And towards the... After level 16, when we had that talent here come into play for them, it really felt like there was absolutely nothing anymore that they could do in order to engage properly into the fight. And I'm talking about the blue team, Team Bl3kitny. So maybe the draft didn't really work out. Chris might not have had the protection that he needs. They jumped on him whenever they wanted. They flanked him with Nyx, Jaina, came through with Anubarak, who dove in. Then the BFG follow-up was there immediately, and on top of that, of course, you could just see them come in with even more damage. So it was kind of nuts. I mean, the solo kill Zul against Sonya in the late game, it just really showed that on most of the positions they were struggling real heavily. Now, we got Junkrat as our first pick. We're on Towers of Doom, so he can also poke there from a distance, and if you have a stun to set it up, he can also guarantee a lot of displacement. But, well, let's see what else we're gonna get. It starts to become a little bit dicey in terms of drafting right now. Ooh, Lucio first pick. Alright. That is interesting. Lucio as a first pick, I didn't really think that they would have to commit to something like that this early. There's still plenty of supports around, and Lucio isn't bad. I mean, it's a big map, so if you can speed things up a little bit, then why not? But as a first pick, heavy commitment. I mean, again, I'm not 100% sure on all of Digipac's hero. Team Nick has some of the players that we're probably the least familiar with. Now we got Anduin on the other side, so both of the teams are picking a support fairly early, and Kira is now taken too. So, yep, Kira is still available, gets picked. And right now, I mean, it's nothing crazy. Last time at House of Doom, we had the Vikings picked right away. So, you know, I'm looking at this and it's like, okay, I haven't seen the Vikings yet. I haven't seen anything like totally insane. So yeah, but it's game number 2. So you got an Anduin, Kira, and Junkrat set up. The interesting part is that Bl3kitny is currently on Kira. Are they switching things a little bit? I mean, they could. It's always a bit weird, because on the one hand, normally the players that want to pick a hero or play a hero pick it, but then you also have the swap round where you can switch it out. And it would be kind of funny if Bl3kitny would all of a sudden play Kira and someone else would go in on the tank. And yeah, Cho'Gall, we might see a game played with him, if not today, then tomorrow at the main event. But off we go. Next few picks are coming in. Nick, of course, is going to be very interesting again what he's going to take. And don't forget, Kerrigan and Kira was banned out in last game. This time they banned Kerrigan and they pick Kira away. So they don't have to worry about Kira any longer. If it comes to a third map. First of all, they have to win this one. Maiev and Vala. I like that. Couple of dirty Vala players right there. Could do good work. But what is that front line? We still have Arthur's. I mean, there's not that much. Varian has been banned. Cho'Gall has been banned. You have Stitches, Tyrael, Mei, Mal'Ganis, and Arthur's. That's not nothing. I mean, that's heroes that we've seen before. Bl3kitny, for example, I think it was him who played Mei at least once in the group stage. Yeah, but there's Arthur's and Dehaka. Okay. So, it seems like they're shifting roles. It honestly feels like they're looking at this and they're saying, like, guys, this doesn't really work properly. Let's shift this a bit. I want to see if they are switching the heroes or if they are currently deciding that they are running Chris on Dehaka this time and not on the damage dealer. Now, Bad Benny, he has to make a choice on what he wants on the front line too, because it seems that Johan is going to be play Blaze on the side lane again. And, well, there's the Tyrael pick. Okay. Game 3 would be without a lot of tank opportunities for the teams. But yeah, with that, Towers of Doom is ready. We have the lead for Team Nick. Game 2, everybody. Towers of Doom, quarterfinals. If Team Nick wins, then Team Bl3kitny is out of the tournament and Team Nick moves on to the semifinal. But off we go. Towers of Doom, game number 2 in the quarterfinal here at Meta Madness. Game number 2, everybody. Team Bl3kitny against Team Nick. And on the left side of the map, we have Henning. Now second map on Anduin. Yeah, Ty and Kira, and indeed, they switched some things up, but not that aggressively. Chris is still playing damage. He's on Junkrat. We got Bl3kitny on Dehaka and the Bl3kitny on Arthur. So that swap round was put to some good use. And on the right side of the map, we got Team Nick with Nick himself on Maiev. We got Digipack on Lucio, Bad Benny on Tyrael, Johan on Blaze, and Marlo is playing Valla. Party time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. We got on level 1, Hot Pursuit as usual. Should be kind of cool to see how he can perform on Valla right now. Valla is always amazing if you can keep her alive. She has an insane damage output. It's just a question of whether or not you can keep her alive. And honestly, as we have 23 heroes banned, 10 eliminated because they were played in game number 1, there's a lot of engaged heroes that she normally struggles against that aren't really part of the game anymore. So the more heroes that you remove that could hurt her, that could focus her solely, then the better, of course, the stronger she gets. It's one of the reasons why she was banned out multiple times. I mean, she has her multi-shot setups, she gets the auto-attack focus on 16 and 20. There's a lot that she can do in these games that are really, really crushing. So, as it happens, we got Renew in, we got our maximum effort over here. And for the blue team, everything's on the line. That's their tournament life. This is a single elimination system, so you do or die at this point. Already the new habits for Blaze, so they're looking for the unstoppable frames for him. Digipack with his Lucio is going to speed them up and make them rotate around. But now that we have the 1 minute mark past, the camps have spawned, and that's the pumpkins focused on immediately. So, yep, let's go. Marlo is already claiming this one. Red team has taken theirs. Blue team has taken theirs. Has no real aggression just yet. Bad Benny, yeah, I like that. Real Q is not being fooled here. He's immediately saying like, wait a second, I'm gonna root you once that you're coming out of the old ruins. So I like that Real Q is playing this very aggressively to help the team to get some damage in. And with the Howling Blast, nice follow-up by Chris, but still the blue team is the one losing heroes as the collapse came. And they're losing too. Nicely done. Alright. That was actually pretty epic. Okay, so down to the bottom of the map. Let's see what we are going to get there. We have currently... yeah, here, look at this. He locked him down, and then the follow-up with Junkrat was there too, which was actually kind of cool. So the problem is simply that the rotation then kicked in, and then he lost 2 heroes in the process, and that's an issue. 2 kills to 0. And there's that. What else do we get here? We got our Sudden Vengeance now in. And of course, it's just a minor setback. He's half level behind in experience, but that's that. And up at the top, that's where Bl3kitny is currently playing this against Blaze. And in the middle, it's still an attempt to just lock in some experience and set themselves up for the next... As long as you get 1 of the altars, you're fine. You just can't lose 3. You don't want to go full NA on it. But yeah, just get 1 in exchange. If you can get a kill, that's even better. But if the level 7 kicks in, then just fall back and be happy that you were able to channel 1. And Tyrael is already channeling, and Bad Benny is going to get it. Chris is just too late for this one. So they're going to get the 2. They have the lead, as we said anyways. But that is a kill. Nice. Valla down. And that was really well played. First we had Kira come in, and then Junkrat, yeah, used a few grenades and took her down too. So, nicely done. Really well. Alright, so with all of that, let's see what else we're gonna get. Up at the top, we have still Johan doing his thing and pushing the lane out. Obviously, it's a rotational play from Bl3kitny that is trying to hold the experience. We have him moving from middle to top and back the entire time. Very standard setup right now. You have on both sides good wave clear, you have some decent poke. It comes down to the team fights at the end of the day. But what I like already is that both of the teams are aggressively looking for engages. Especially Will-Q is really trying to lock someone down so that Chris can follow up with a good mind and present them with a kill opportunity. And Dehaka is, of course, ready to global in whenever need be. But for now, it's still the rotations. It's aggressive plays from both sides, but they're going through the motions. They're taking the camp pretty much when it's off cooldown time and time again. But Will-Q wants to invade. Blaze is top. Dehaka globaled in. That should be a better position for them. And they are about to take Nick down, but he jumps out. No way. No fucking way. What? You are kidding me. They just... Oh my god. They just lost a 4 versus 5 and they're all dying. 5-man team wipe. Guys, they were crushed in the 4 versus 5. Look at this fight. Blaze isn't here. Blaze is rotating. And the 4 heroes took them down. And then once Blaze arrived, they murdered them. They absolutely murdered them. Wow. Holy shit. Oh, what a nightmare. What a nightmare for Bl3kitny's team. I mean, just think about it. The entire time you're looking for kills, you set up one opportunity, but instead of killing a target, you're losing two. Then you're realizing, yeah, well, guys, we kind of want to do something here, so let's invade their camp. And you're globaling down with the Haka. You're saying, like, let's go, boys. 4 versus 5 fight. Let's take it. And then you don't even kill a single hero. You don't take the camp. You don't kill a single hero. And you lose everybody. And now they're just falling apart. Wow. Just from a mental perspective, like, how do you come back after this? Of course, now they are 2 levels behind and they don't have level 10. So that's a nightmare in and of itself already. And here we can see the push. If you're Bl3kitny's team, you simply have to take the beating. You're just sitting there and you're saying, like, well, until level 10 is there, I guess you guys can do whatever the fuck you want. So they are getting beat up completely. Attack after attack, bell tower gets taken. They could go boss if they wanted to. They could go down to the bottom of the map and trying to make a similar play there. But either way, they are getting crushed. 18,000 damage now on Vala. But that was brutal. Absolutely brutal. So, I don't know. Yeah, there's another approach now as they're coming through the bot lane for another bell tower. As expected, they're trying to take this one. But now that both teams have level 10, they don't want to make the commitment. And there's the Haka. Isolation hits Lulcio. Good. The drag against Blaze. As the Sanctification, as Tyrael provides the cover. Digipack is still alive. The Howling Blast is connecting with Maiev only. And they get everybody out of the fight. They're saving everyone. Not a single kill here yet for Team Bl3kitny in this fight. Despite the engage. Yeah, Nick is giving up on this. Junkrat is channeling the bottom. They're letting it happen. They're looking for the kill instead. Okay, Burrow. But here comes Vala. And that is a brilliant position for her. Good damage. Auto attacks, but it's Lucio who dies first. They should get Bl3kitny though. Yeah, the Haka is dead. Maybe Arthur's also gonna fall. And indeed he will. Arthur's is trying to run. He can't. But look at that. Yep, the steal, motherfucker. There's only 3 shots fired, and they took Arthur's down here, but still, the shots come in, 28 to 30. So everybody was all that focused on getting kills, and all of a sudden, Kyrus is like, wait a second, isn't this the game where you win when you take the cores of the points of the opponent's core? Isn't that the game? Or is that the game where you win when you get the most kills? Like, no. It's like you win when the core hits 0. Ah, okay, then I'm going to go for the altar. Thank you very much. Just double checking, you know? It's like just going through the basics here. Easy steal. And with the final strike, getting the bell tower in the middle. So, where are we at the end of the day? At the end of the day, we are in a very similar situation for the two teams with a 1-level lead for the red team. Right now, it's reduced to a 1-level lead. 1-level lead and a talent advantage because of it. But if they start losing more heroes, then we're calling that a comeback. The Haka, they're trying. Nice lockdown from Vilq again. They're still turning it against them, but the Haka is now dead too. And in we go. There's another kill. Jeez. 15 kills by now. Team Bl3kitny really fought hard for the little comeback there that they just had. And now it's falling apart again. Because they're losing the bot lane. And they might lose another hero. Anduin is on the run. He's doing what he does best. But he still dies. Anduin eliminated. And that is more pumpkins through the bot lane. They should be able to escort them in too. At least they can try. And while 2 heroes are still dead, we have an altar spawning at the bottom of the map. And it is pumpkin time. 1 is already in. There's number 2. Number 3 might die. Yep, gets dragged away. But that still means 26 to 30 points. And of course, another 5 are now getting removed as Johan is coming in to take it. Alrighty, there's the hit. Bam. Easy peasy. And party time. 21 to 30. Let's see the damage. Yeah, Vala has spiked hard. Look at this. 38,000. Strafe, of course, is padding the stats a little bit, but that is still a lot of work that he's currently doing here. At 24,000 on Junkrat. They're holding on to the bottom bell tower, of course. Bot lane bell tower is still the most important one, as you can imagine, because you have the 2 pumpkin camps that will move through the bot lane, and they control that directly. So, yep, there's that. And off we go. Bad Benny gets attacked here. Careful, will Q. Still making their little interplay. Bad Benny had a couple of nice sanctifications too in this game. So the top lane pressure instead by the blue team is they're maybe trying to equate the situation a little bit by taking this one down, but I don't really think they can and will be able to. I mean, they're gonna try, but it's gonna be tough one way or another. So now we have 13 against 3. And the level 16 talent is honestly what I'm most afraid of, because now that we're getting Manticore on 16 for Vala, the situation of Arthas and the Haka is not going to improve, quite the opposite. And that's a big lead there as well. Chris is pausing the game, tactical pause confirmed as they're double checking what's happening. Seems that Bl3kitny actually disconnected. But honestly, I like that because that gives us a bit of a chance. So 16 is coming in any second. That gives us for Vala Manticore, as I said. And Vala is already punishing the Will Q pretty heavily. And the same is, I guess, to an extent true for the Haka, but I think Arthas is not going to have a lot of fun once that Marlowe has his Manticore. It's going to get worse, of course, once level 20 is there and he has the extended range, but they're doing a decent job keeping him safe. If you look over at Vala, she died once, and that was honestly her maybe being a little bit too far out of position. The bell tower, they can hold on to this, and the next altar phase is 3 altars, as you can see on the minimap. So we're going to have top right, top left, and the bottom. And once that's the case, I mean, they can't end the game or anything, but 10 shots off the core, if they get 2 out of the 3, that would be great for them. Junkrat is delivering with the damage the entire time. And what they're trying to do is just set up Chris and Will Q as a bit of a duo. And they've been doing that a lot. Will Q is playing a really aggressive and far forward Arthas that tries to get the Howling Blast connected so that they can set Chris up to go for the kill. So first of all, he has the quest completed now, which is kind of nice, which is awesome for the 3rd reward because you get the path routing and the extended range is important as well. And then on top of that, you have the Shattered Armor. So now you can really come in with some extra damage here. Final Strike of Kira, for example, would do the trick. But even if you are engaging with Anduin and you're using his ult, that would work too. But the main idea for a long time now was to come in, get a Howling Blast, allow Chris to set a mine up, put the target in the back, and then get the kill. The problem is they couldn't really get that done because we had the red team simply engage into them, and they also have with Lucio someone that would then, when everybody is on the spot, simply engage into the sound barrier. But half the time he doesn't even have to because you have the sanctification of Tyrael over there. So it's really tricky for them to get kills right now. If they have an isolation on the Haka, it's a bit of a different story, but he needs to hit the right target. So there's a lot of elements that come together in this, where it's really difficult for them to get something done. And if you look at the composition of Team Nick, it's really this old school Tyrael and Blaze style, where you have 2 layered defenses. We've been talking about this to no end ever since, I mean, Zealots back then at the Western Clash used it, and it became a standard combo. But now, how do you make a play if you're the blue team? You need to have some individual, nicely organized setups that will allow you to get the shots fired during a fight, coordinate the attack, and then get a kill. Or you're going to be in trouble. As expected, 10 off, 11 to 27. And they're going in the middle again. Yeah, and here comes the stun. And now, look, Will Q's hit point pool just disappear. Bam, dead. Manticore, I mean, obviously, full collapse onto him, don't get me wrong. That's 4 heroes that are chipping in here, even a 5th one rotating in. But it doesn't change the fact that Vala is just murdering everything now. And once that they're on 20, she's gonna do it from even a safer distance. So, just nuts. Now we got a quick move onto boss, that's single digits on the core. Of course it comes at a cost because the bell tower at the bottom is gonna be retaken. But still, that's single digits now. That's 2 altars. 2 altars and it's over. 1 altar and the pumpkin cap. And they're already trying to retake the middle. So we got the elongated tongue now, we have endless nades, and it's not like there are no tools available for the blue team. That was a nice one, but Bad Benny doesn't even have to use anything. And look at this, they were trying to set something up. There's a sound barrier, Riptire, Sanctification denies that completely, and now the Haka is in deep trouble. Yeah, he's trying to go for Marlowe, but instead Marlowe turns it around, gets the kill, waltz away, and just simply hearths. So they got another kill. 15 to 3. Seriously, Team Nick is doing a fantastic job. This team has surprised me like none other. I mean, we've seen players like Johan, Nick, and Marlo around, but honestly, did you have them pegged for one of the teams that would move into the semifinals potentially here? I'm going to be honest, I didn't. There's other teams that have much bigger names, but these guys have done a fantastic job here, coordinated by Bl3kitny and by Nick, and now they're going for the attacks again, and Will Q finds himself toe-to-toe with Vala and Manticore. And of course, all of the CC. I mean, it gets bounced around like a bunny over here. Maiev is tethering him, and that could be the end of the game. They are getting the top right 100%, but Benny is already channeling it. Over here, it seems like they're not going to get a chance to grab this anytime soon. But now, yep, strafe, and goodbye, Ty. Ty is down. They're fighting over it at the top, trying to go for Chris again. Yeah, and Chris needs to bounce back quickly. He's trying to interrupt. There's a channel, there's a double channel, and they're going to eat grenades. They're just eating grenades now. Rip Tire, it's too late. That's game. That's game. Team Bl3kitny is out of the tournament. Team Nick advances, everybody. GG and well played as the team takes a 2-0 victory in the quarterfinal over their opponent and moves on to the semis. Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.